It is a change Labour's leaders would happily see branded as the mother and father of all Robin Hood tax raids, an enormous hike on the few in return for a handout for the many.
We would tax houses worth over £2 million, and we would use the money to cut taxes for working people. We would put right a mistake made by Gordon Brown and the last Labour government. We would use the money raised by a mansion tax to reintroduce a lower 10p starting rate of tax.
So yes, that is the same 10p tax rate that Gordon Brown and his allies, Ed amongst them, got rid of because it was too bureaucratic. Here are the facts. A 1% levy would raise around £1.7 billion a year. That would cost each mansion owner an average of £24,000 a year and would give every basic rate taxpayer £80. To go back to the kind of tax ban Gordon Brown got rid of would cost a whopping £7 billion. The mansion tax was, of course, a Lib Dem idea.
It's good that they've seen sense. I mean, they were in power for 13 years, did absolutely nothing about it. Inequalities of wealth grew. Property values grew at the top. Ordinary families couldn't afford to buy houses. They did nothing about it in government. We Liberal Democrats want to do something about it.
There are many ways you can help the lowest paid in society. Labour clearly wasn't interested in that. That's why they abolished the 10p tax rate in the first place. We've tried doing that by increasing the personal allowance by a record amount.
The most important review of all economic policies these days tends to come from the independent watchdog, the IFS. It wasn't impressed.
Reintroducing a 10p tax rate is an unnecessarily complicated way of reducing tax for low earners. You could do it much more simply by increasing the tax-free allowance, as indeed the coalition has been doing.
That certainly isn't the review that Ed Miliband would have wanted, but this is a totemic and actually quite dramatic Robin Hood-style tax exchange, and it will give his MPs a tax-cutting policy to talk about on the doorstep. Tom Bradby, ITV News at Westminster.